Hey guys, we're going to be going to Scorn of Ymir Advanced Version for another clear with all missions. Using really cheap gear and, overall older units, as well as a Noctis. I'm using my Noctis to carry the fight. I'm not bringing a friend for all missions. You can bring a friend, a Noctis, if you don't have your own, or if yours is not as well geared. But the missions are 5 units or less, 10 turns or less, and no KOs. So Beatrix, in the base form, is using some auto buffing. Shift form, she's got death immunity, a little bit of passive provoke, and some spirit, some defense. She's going to be our provoke tank, as well as our magical cover tank. Sylvie, overall support, she's going to be doing Holy Imbue, Holy Imperil, breaks, buffing, etc., some healing. We're going to be using Gilgamesh, base form, just some auto buffing. Shift form, he's got double spear, he's going to be the spear breaker. If you don't have Gilgamesh's New Visions Awakening, you can use Mazurka, she does spear break as well. I don't think anyone else does spear break, but you need a spear break to do a quick clear. You don't have to, I guess, technically, but you really want spear break, and Gilgamesh was free recently. Hopefully you got him. We're going to use Charlotte and Five. They're going to do mitigation on the early turns, and then later in the fight, they're going to be a tag chainer, and they're using double spear as well. You want to avoid thunder, water, or wind weapons because the boss is immune, but you do want to mix elements on your tag chainer so it's a little bit easier to cap the chain. Unless you need them for damage, then of course you want to go for real damage stuff, but they're going to be just overall tag chaining and buffing mitigation on turn 1. And then Noctis. Now Noctis is wearing very good gear. The rest of the team is using really cheap gear, as you see. But Noctis is using really good gear. He's going to definitely be carrying the fight, and if yours is not as well geared, bring a friend Noctis instead of your own. Or if you don't have a Noctis. Base form is not super important, just auto buffing. I really love my auto buffs. If you've watched my videos, you know I'm all about the auto buff. But there we go. Shift form is going to be doing jump damage. So jump damage against aquatics. Mine has pretty much everything. He's got max jump, 225 or 275 aquatic damage, double sword, etc. Alright, let's go in here and get an all mission clear, hopefully in 10 turns. We should. Noctis is very strong against this fight. Okay, so there's the ambush. The boss with the mitigations. Don't got to worry about it. Alright, so to start off right away, we're going to use the base form LB on Noctis to AoE Spear in Peril. We're going to use Faizalet to do her Magnus for the AoE mitigation, and then just hit the boss twice to break gauge. Gilgamesh is going to shift, and we're going to hit the spear, or hit the shell 3 times with a spear, break, in the shift form, that is. Beatrix is going to shift, and then we're going to provoke, and we're going to cover. Now, if your Beatrix is passive provoke, you can skip this step and do her mitigation instead. But we're not passive provoking because we don't. It's to get full passive provoke does rely on some limited gear, so I didn't want to rely on that. So we'll just use your active provoke. It's fine. Sylvie is going to Marion Watch over me, and then we're going to break with Sylvie. We're going to do Withering Guard and Withering Arms. Those are AoE breaks. They're not quite the best breaks, but we don't really need the best breaks yet. We'll do better breaks with Gilgamesh later. Alright, so some AoE attacks, some magic attacks, and then some single target attacks. It's barely damaging. Okay, so Gilgamesh will triple spear break on the shell. We're going to go ahead and shift to the shift form on the tag chainers, and then we will just tag chain 3 times just to break gauge. Alright, we'll finish off the gauge next turn. Alright, Sylvie is going to go ahead, and before Noctis jumps, Sylvie will Glitter Egg for the Amplify, and then we'll do some better mitigation buffs. Beatrix will now put up her good mitigation. And I guess we'll do Shelga, which is even better once again. And then Noctis is now going to shift, and we're going to jump on the shell. Make sure you're targeting the shell when he jumps. We don't want to land on the head quite yet. Alright. And when Noctis is in the air, the boss won't do a snail roller, so it doesn't hit your team with that big attack. But it doesn't really matter all that much either way. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and reload Gilgamesh, and we're going to spear break the shell 3 times again, which finishes it off. Exactly. So Gilgamesh using spear break 3 times in a row for 3 turns in a row did 2,700 or 27,000 out of 30,000 shell health, and then the tag chainer with their double spear did the remainder, which is where all the shells health went. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and tag chain on the shell, and we're gonna wait until it's built a little bit, and go ahead and drop. And we did the damage cap twice. Yeah, the shell dies very easily once the gauge is broken. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and use Beatrix to now cover and provoke again, I guess. We don't have her LB. Her LB would have been nice here if we had gotten it, but we didn't. So whatever. Not a whole lot to do here, honestly. So we'll just like buff up and stuff, you know, whatever. Alright, some attacks. And the boss is doing some AoE physical attacks now, but overall it's not a ton of damage. There is the death attack, that little dispel looking thing. So let's go ahead and Excalibur. Let's do a better light imperil, and then let's do an LB gauge fill with Gilgamesh. Alright, Sylvie on this turn is going to triple the fun. Let's do Hop into Battle on Noctis. Let's use the Amplify on Noctis, and let's do Glitter Egg for the party. It also fills Noctis' LB to full for later. Now we're going to Warp Strike to jump. Before we do this, Beatrix will, I guess, mitigate and I don't know, Shelga. Alright, let's jump you. And we'll just tag chain you. We didn't actually heal that turn, we don't really need it. We've got some regeneration on the party, it's fine. Alright, so we're going to now drop Noctis and do a whole bunch of damage. We should do approximately 40% damage somewhere in the area. Alright, so go ahead and chain. We're gonna wait and drop. Oh, we did 55%. Even better. Even better. Alright, let's go ahead and provoke and cover with Beatrix. We can just repeat Gilgamesh, and I guess Sylvie will let's heal the party with these stuffs. And we'll do a withstand the elements for Beatrix. Yeah, the boss's AoE physical is a little bit painful. So I guess we'll go ahead and use we'll use Beatrix to LB here, so we take less damage. We're gonna go to the base form with Noctis, and we're going to LB for the spear and for the sword imperil. We'll just chain again. We'll just repeat you, and let's go ahead and heal the party with Sylvie. Let's hop to the rescue on Noctis. He's a little bit squishier in his full DPS gear, and we'll just heal up the party. Because Noctis is not in the air, it's we're taking the AoE fixed attack each turn. But now we've got Beatrix's mitigation, which is 75%, so you know we're taking like no damage basically. Alright, let's go ahead and use Sylvie to re-amplify the party. I think her Magnus wore off at this point. So we're going to re-amplify the party, and then we're going to do, I guess we'll do a little bit of mitigation and a resist buff for Beatrix. Go ahead and shift Noctis back to the shift form. We're going to go back into the air. Get out of here, Noctis. These two are going to repeat, and I'm just repeating them to be lazy. They're not really doing anything super specific. Gilgamesh and Charlotte. Gilgamesh is keeping the boss broken and imperiled by 130, and then Charlotte is just keeping her tag chain up. Alright, so we lost the Magnus off of Noctis so we're probably not going to OTK the boss here. But maybe. Well, no, who knows? We'll see. Let's go. Oh, we did. Okay. Well, it was turn 8. If we didn't finish off the boss on that turn, we would have jumped on turn 9, landed on turn 10, and still gotten an all-mission clear. So, yeah, there we go. One Noctis that is properly geared will very easily carry this fight. The boss is weak to Holy. Noctis does Holy. Noctis does a ton of jump damage. So, yeah, I mean, as you can see here, the damage was exclusively from Noctis. He did 23 billion. It doesn't really count, though, because 20 billion was the damage cap on the shell. Each hit of his dual wield did 10 billion. So that was kind of funny. But there's a Scorn of Ymir. All missions with one Noctis carry. So see you guys next time.